Hi, I'm Jules T and welcome to JulesTTALK channel. One of the most common issues that leaders face is how to manage a large team. You may ask, what is the right number of employees a leader or manager should manage? The ideal number of people that a manager can manage is actually 6 persons. But what if suddenly you are given a big department to manage? You inherited somebody's department through an reorganization. Suddenly you had from 6 to 20 persons to manage. Or you have just joined a new organization and you are given this big team of 20 persons to manage. Or you're a first-time manager. From an individual contributor, you are promoted to become a manager. In such cases, what should you do? So worry not, let's delve into what are the best practices other leaders are using. In the past, when there were wars, the generals will go down to the field and bring their soldiers and fight. But when you are managing such a large group of soldiers, how do you make each of these soldiers move? You cannot be telling 1,000 people, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. The trick is to divide and conquer. As the ideal number of persons that one should manage is actually 6, try to divide your teams to smaller sub-teams. If you are able to, make them into the average number of 6 teams. And each of these teams assign a leader for it. A functional leader or a technical leader. How you divide it could be by functional areas or by specialty area. And then from these leads that you have, deal with these leads to be able to move your men on the right direction. Number 2, what do you do with these leads? Many managers make the mistake of holding on to the authority, holding on to the powers. It is important for you to empower your leads to make decisions, to execute tasks. Many managers, they're afraid of losing control of the entire situation. Because some managers, they are individual contributors. And suddenly you come out to be a manager and you think that you are the best person for the execution job. And some of the managers I see, they actually go down to the field and do the task. Maybe for certain occasions it is necessary due to urgency, but it is important to trust the leads that you have nominated and empower them with decision-making abilities. They're able to decide who should do what, able to make decisions how things should move forward, and they will come to you whenever there is a big decision that requires a group discussion. Those are the critical things that they can come to you, but the rest of the execution operation tasks should be delegated to these leads to empower the other executors to perform the task. Point number 3, how do I track what's happening? Because if I don't track, I will lose all control of my team. So in Malaysia, we used to carry this little notebook. We call it 555 notebook. It's a small notebook which you can put it in your pocket. And usually you will write things like to-do list in this pocket-sized notebook. Well, times have changed and we have all gone digital. So if you have these employees that you need to manage, you need to be on top of things as well, because when shit happens, your boss is going to check with you what's happening. You got to know your stuff. So in order to do that, my suggestion is to have a tracker of your people that report to you directly. In each of these tracker, you probably can have one tracker subdivided to different persons that you are tracking. And every time you have one-on-one, pull out this tracker, open this same one file that has all these persons. If you're having a meeting with Peter, then pull out the spreadsheet of Peter, go through what the open items that are for him. Then you can follow up with them what are the open activities. Whenever there's a mail that come in about certain tasks that is pending the action, note it down. And during your one-to-one, ask them and have a checkpoint with them. What have they done? What is the upcoming task? What is the bottleneck? Write down the decision that was made and what's moving forward. All within one application or one spreadsheet or one document. And I think this is a very effective way I have been using this for quite a while now, and I found that I could track things in a more efficient way instead of repeatedly trying to get the status when I have already the status. We have discussed it before. When you are managing so many people, you may not remember what you have said. It's important to have this tracker, and that is how I manage my teams. Number 1, divide and conquer. Nominate a few leads for the task. Number 2, empower them to make decisions. And number 3 is do a tracker for all these important leads that you are managing. There is no need for micromanaging. So these are the tips that I hope can help you guys to manage your team better. If you like this video, remember to subscribe, and if you have any questions on management leadership, remember to write it down in the comments so I can talk about it in my next video. Goodbye.